So that's my sushi platter of different kinds of sushi, and those ones I made a little while ago, so they don't look great anymore. But that's my Love Sushi that I made today. And you can see most of them did not turn out looking much like hearts at all. I'm going to talk about Sleepers West, Blue, White, and Perfect, starring Lloyd Nolan. And a little bit about that, because we were on that yesterday. And then this one, Bottom of the Stack, oh so bad.
Yeah.
And how I got this lovely red that, see, it's a bit different than this red, is goji berries. I put that in. So I'll talk about that. I'll talk about this cookbook, and it looks like James has some books there too. So it's mostly going to be a book review day, but because we don't have very many videos to review. I'm going to show you my outfit for today, but you can see it's underneath this coat because it's
cool.
It's cool. The prediction was that it was going to get to be +8 today, but
I don't think it's much over 0.
Yeah.
No.
So
Let's
this
get
is
in
my
the afternoon.
it's my dress of the day, and it has some lint on it and stuff. It's been in storage for a while, a long while.
Still looks good.
Yeah, it's a great dress. So this one is a great hiking dress. It's not too long, and you can see a little bit of snow coming down. So there you go. It's definitely not +8. Anyway, so I look forward to wearing this dress hiking this summer. It's terrific. And it's pretty much the same color as my Love Sushi. So that's why I decided to wear it today. So, yeah, the goji berries, I should show you this. That's why I brought the package out. So, some of these, the sushis that I've been making lately, they require inner wraps. So I'll, like, the heart is just one, and then I kind of poke it in, and then I stuff the pokey any bit with the white filling, and that's how that happened. But they take a lot of these things, a lot of these wraps. So when I made the flowers, that took a whole package of these, just to make the 2 rolls, I think it was 2 rolls of flowers. Anyway, so here's the goji nutritional information, and you can see the net carbs on that. I mean, this is for a ½ a cup, but the net carbs, boy, that's high, right? So you're looking at 20 grams for net carbs just on ½ a cup of goji berries. But I didn't use a ½ a cup for these 2 rolls here. I used a ¼ cup, which is still quite a lot. But I didn't only use that to make the red. I used the same red ruby kimchi, and this time I used some brown flax seeds, and what else did I put in? Tahini. I think that's it to make the red. And yeah, the white layer I used cauliflower and ground like almond flour and tahini. That's what I made the white layer out of. So that was very simple, mostly cauliflower. And the red layer was very little of the goji. I used a ¼ cup though, and what I did is I ground them in the coffee grinder. Very easy, awesome. Because I remember James years ago, he was trying to eat goji berries because they're a superfood, right? So he was trying to eat them, and he was like, they taste like wet wood, and they have the texture of wood. He didn't like them at all. And so I wish years ago I'd thought of putting them in the coffee grinder, because it's so easy. Now I can stick them in his shakes and whatever. But today you can see he has a spirulina shake that he's going to work on. And yeah, I think that's it for me talking about the sushis. It's been fun creating this kind of art sushi, and mixed results. I mean, it didn't turn out so great, But anyway, I forgot to get a spoon for the. Well, you know what? Do you want to start talking about La Brea season 3? Okay, and then I'll go get a spoon and a straw.
This deserves to not be on the bottom of the deck, of this deck. It deserves to be sitting on the deck. It's that bad. I think it's kind of aimed for men and for women. You know, it's like supposed to be 10,000 years ago, where people fall in from, I guess it's the Los Angeles area, into a hole 10,000 years ago. 10,000 BC or whatever it is, 8,000 BC, 10,000. It's awful. It's like Survivor with dinosaurs. And now dinosaurs aren't supposed to have existed 10,000 BC. And they're supposed to have been wiped out 65 million years ago, actually. Cretaceous tertiary boundary event.
There you go.
Thank you.
Sure.
This is awful. It's like a video game and a soap opera. Except, so they got quite a few women there. This is kind of equally mixed between men and women. Anyway, there seems to be relationships happening.
I mean, I've talked about how I love it when they have beautiful scenery for me to watch.
Yeah.
But you can't only have that. I mean, if you're making a show like this, you have to have at least a few actors that are actual actors. There are none in here. These people shouldn't be paid to do what they're doing.
The animated dinosaurs do a better job.
Yeah. They do, yeah. Yeah, they do.
One thing to be said for it is the guys all have, well, except for one, all have great heads of hair. But the facial features aren't much to look at, so I can't recall Pauline enthusing about any particular individual. No.
And normally I would think, oh, that's great. They got a bunch of actors out that aren't good looking, so that means they must be actors. They must be
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Nope, not here.
Sure. No.
They're not good looking and they're not actors.
No.
I don't see the point to watching this. This
it's
is
like
garbage.
Hollywood at its worst.
Yeah, it's so bad. And
go back to the drawing
I made
board
a point of bringing Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I guess that's 3 out again, just to show that. And there's a few things I wanted to talk about that we didn't get to.
Yeah.
So.
Or the camera kicked up.
There's one thing in this where some of the younger people, like I couldn't stand it the way the younger people were.
Not the older people, but the older people are kind of at the younger ones.
Yeah, I know, but the younger people, it seemed like they were always showing up the older people. Like,
well, it was set
they're
up
smarter.
that way because it's aimed for a younger audience.
I guess so. And really, I mean, who thinks that magicians are the smartest people in the room? 8-year-olds, maybe 6-year-olds. And then after that, they're like, oh no, it's just sleight of hand, and so it's they're not smart. They know the tricks, right? It's not magic. It's actually it's just tricks. So
that's smartest people in the room. First time I heard it, and I've heard it way too many times. I don't know if I've heard it much after 2008, but MBAs, Masters of Business Administration, or whatever, they were supposed to be this masters people. The last time I thought someone like a master's was an equal with me. You know, there might be the occasional exception, but it wouldn't be because of the masters. Like, it's just because they read books after they graduated. Was 1982, folks. Trivial Pursuit game. I only had a BA. Everyone wanted to be on my team. There were 3 masters there, and they were, I won't say they were hopeless, but everyone wanted to be on my team. Okay?
All right, so in this, the young people were talking about the parents or something destroying the world, and now they have to fix it or something like that.
Will someone
And it's
please
like-
shut up with that?
Yeah, please
stupid
stop.
Stuff.
That's really annoying.
Mhm.
If the parents had been trying to save the world, your kids wouldn't have been born. Probably, right? So, parents destroyed the world. James, when did you get your first vehicle? Used vehicle. He's never owned a new vehicle. When did you buy your first used vehicle?
2010, and I was 56 years
There
old.
you go. So how many of you young people out there, which I don't know if any young people would watch us,
Like Greta Thunberg.
but yeah, we were hearing on David Suzuki on the radio yesterday on the way to or from a hike, I don't know. And
I didn't crash the car. Through sheer
so
frustration.
David Suzuki was talking about how he met Greta, and he said to her, you shouldn't have to worry about this stuff. You know, you should just, your parents should be worrying about this stuff for you, and you should be able to be a kid. You know, this is so sad for you that whatever. And it was kind of like the way he was saying it. He was saying, well, the parents didn't care about the environment, and so now she has to, you know? And her parents would have cared about the environment, or she wouldn't have. That's the way it goes. So my parents cared very much about the environment, and they were recycling. My mom and her friend had a horse trailer, and they'd load up her friend's horse trailer with recycling to take to Edmonton from Grand Prairie. When her friend went to Edmonton, she'd pull along this horse trailer to bring recycling there, because there weren't recycling back when I was a kid in Grand Prairie. Wasn't recycling. There was bottle recycling, but this is recycling that you don't get paid for. They were going out of the way. Well, not really out of the way. They were going to Edmonton anyway. They'd load up the horse trailer and off they went, right? But they'd go to great lengths to do that, is what I'm saying. Grand Prairie and Edmonton, they're not close together. So they were putting the work in. Whereas most people, they can't even be bothered to take their recycling to the recycling bin outside their house. They were like, oh, who cares? I don't want to have to sort this out or whatever. And anyway, but that's how it works. So the people who weren't caring about the environment back when, it was maybe neighbors or something like that. Not Greta's parents, but maybe her neighbors or something didn't care as much.
Maybe her parents didn't care. Who knows?
But anyway.
Yeah, don't make it a generational thing.
Yeah, it's not. There are a lot of people who don't care about the environment or think, oh, well, it'll work itself out or whatever, without any, I can just keep...
Lots of young pups
whatever.
Ripping around in 4x4 vehicles. They're under 18. Doing donuts and malls and stuff like that. Yeah. Don't make it a generational thing. You're just making enemies. So, no, and it wasn't just you. Like the guy you went out with before me, he met David Suzuki.
Yeah.
I would like it if you'd relate to what happened.
Well, I can't really remember exactly. I mean, this story is coming to me secondhand. I wasn't there at the time. I don't know where he met him or whatever. I think it was in Grand Prairie, but I'm not sure. But in any case, my boyfriend met David Suzuki and talked to him, and David Suzuki gave him, I guess it's like most people would think of it as maybe, this inspirational sort of environmentalist speech, and like personally, right? Talking to him personally, and they might like that. I don't know, but my boyfriend, he was already environmentalist, and David Suzuki was giving him this. My boyfriend thought of it as condescending, Of course. So David Suzuki was saying, it's up to you. What are you going to do? After watching me in this presentation today, what will you do to help the environment? What are you going to do to improve what you do to save the environment or whatever? And so right then, my boyfriend said he just shut right off, and he realized, well, you know, I walked here today to see you in my secondhand clothing and whatever. And
Big
you would
Davey
have
got there how?
flown here in an airplane and whatever, and your nice outfit that would have been new, and he just turned right off, the guy.
Yeah.
So, and
condescending
really,
all the way through. Like, he knows best. I think he's an academic, one of these schmucks. And, you know, a little Japanese prof at the university figured out for me, like, Pauline's then boyfriend figured it out on his own. And he might have been in his teens at that point.
He was.
There you go.
He was young.
I didn't figure it out.
But he
the
was
Japanese
bright,
prof
you
was
know?
laughing at David Suzuki.
He was a smart guy.
Going to all these places in the world, taking jet trips, spewing exhaust out, using up huge amounts of hydrocarbons and stuff like that. And I'm going, you know, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, what has David Suzuki done for the environment? He's a talking head. He's nothing.
What sort of house does he live in? I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Maybe he lives in a hill home or something like that. You know?
I went to see his daughter speak at the university here, and I thought, wow, she wouldn't draw a crowd. She wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for her father having made a name. What is she doing? Nothing. Go get a real job. So anyway, yeah, that's enough of that. You know, I did actually end up having a good day, but I just went right back here. I started out in this kind of mood this morning, and I don't know, I guess maybe it was the Love Sushi not working out great. But
all our clothes are used. I just, you know, like, I used to walk to work, mile and a half there, well, I run to work. My shoes, way back when, I'd bought, but that was a long time ago, and I wore them so thin I had to put newspapers in them for soles. Yeah? They wore right through.
Yeah. So don't go on saying, oh yeah, your parents wrecked the world and that's why you have to fix it. Huh? Really? Whose parents? Which ones?
I lived low on the hog. I think Pauline wouldn't describe it that way, but she lived low. So did her parents.
So anyway, these Lloyd Nolan movies, I enjoyed the one more than the other. The one that I watched with James, I didn't care for as much. What did you think?
It was a campy sort of experience.
He still enjoyed it.
Well, I enjoyed it immensely.
The one on the train here, that one was way better.
Compare it with this.
Well, yeah,
the two
compared
things
to those.
Proceeded. Yeah.
So much
that
better.
was put out in the 40s, like 41, 42, somewhere.
So,
the fight scenes were hilarious. That's one thing they do better in the movies.
Yeah, they do them now. Back then, they were speeding it up and stuff to make it look like stupid.
It was hilarious. Punching a guy's jaw, missing by a mile. A guy, wow, that blow was so hard. It was just I was caught by the wake from the wind from your fist going by. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things in here that, a lot of recipes in this the Korean Vegan Homemade by Joanne Lee Molinaro, that I was looking at it going, well, this isn't Korean, you know, there's cashew cream.
Cashew might be, but...
keep it on hand for salad dressings, you know, basically it looks like it's cashew butter that she's made here. And there's kimchi queso, which I guess there's kimchi in it, but it's...
Queso is a Spanish word.
Yeah.
And it means cheese.
So there's... but it's it looks like a really yummy queso, I have to say. I think all of her recipes in here look really yum. But I can't eat them. So there's all sorts of things in here, like quesadillas.
There you go. Kimchi quesadilla.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
She has some...
She's trying. I mean, it looks creative.
That looks cute. It's like a little...
That's sushi,
little sushi, it looks like, but it's called something different. Anyway.
Not quite as artful as yours, but
Yeah.
she's trying.
So there's brioche rolls, broccoli salad, which is like, okay, this is not Korean at all.
Well, brioche, that's French, right?
Yeah. So there's summertime corn salad. So there's
Corn
a lot.
is
Orange
not
lettuce
native
salad.
to the old world,
This is
apparently.
these are things that I don't think there's a lot of recipes in here that really don't seem very Korean to me, but they seem really yummy to me.
Well,
So-
yeah, those pictures are awesome. I mean,
They are.
pretty well half the book is huge, big pictures.
Yes. And I was mentioning yesterday the what do you call it? The fishy sauce. Okay, so I'll come over and show you this. So the fishy sauce has lots of ingredients, and then it goes into this beautiful careless kimchi. And you can see this is one problem I have with it. So there's ingredients here, and then on this page, more ingredients. That's tough, but I do like
Not many ingredients.
there. There's a
Lots
lot.
of ingredients.
Yeah. So I like this. This looks like a more authentic sort of kimchi, careless kimchi. But I don't know why it's called careless. It would have been better carefree kimchi, because then, yeah, I'm not sure.
Mac would mean careless.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Anyway,
They do have the stuff written out in Korean in the original script, and also transliterated into the script.
okay. So, I haven't actually tried any of the recipes from here yet. I was meaning to,
Tempted,
but you
though.
know, yeah, very. But
I can tell
yeah,
he's looking through there.
I was looking through a lot. But my favorite part are the pictures of her family in here.
Oh,
So there's
chowing down? Or?
well, no, just pictures of her family in here. So there's well, I'll show you a few, I suppose, so that you know what I'm talking about. So there's a picture of her Daddy looking through our family tree with his newly discovered cousin. So there's lots and lots of pictures of the family in here, which it just makes it feel like
Home?
yeah, it's nice, you know, like here's just all over throughout the book. It's not just at the end. There's some more pictures of the family. And I mean, that's really what making homemade food is about. It's about making something for your loved ones to enjoy. So, like Love Sushi, right? So, anyway, I don't really know what else to say about the book. It looks amazing. I haven't tried any of the recipes yet because it's a new release. So it has a star in it, so it has to go back soon. And I like to really mull things over for a long time. I'll go through, and then before I try recipes. So I'll wait until it's not a new release, and then I'll take it back and I'll borrow it again so that I can make some stuff for James to enjoy. So I guess James is going to talk about some books now, because
How
I'm
much
all out
time
of
is-
stuff. Oh,
Before you launch into that.
yeah,
Sorry.
5 minutes.
Okay. I think I'll deal with these. We'll get into the world's most hated religion or something like that. The world's longest prejudice or whatever. So I've mentioned this before. It comes recommended. It's one of the books I recommend. Someone was asking Pauline, someone in internet land was asking her to ask me to give a list of recommended books. Now, I'm not recommending these because they're awesome. Almost all of them are not going to be a fun read. They're not going to be pleasant. They're not going to be well written. Anything like that. But some of them might be, but most of them aren't. You're just going to have to slog through them if you want to know what the world's about. So this is a gospel that looks as though it was something like suppressed or just dropped by the wayside or whatever. So the gospel according to Thomas. And those of you folks are kind of illiterate when it comes to biblical things. There's no such thing in the preserved New Testament. The gospel of Thomas. They're not sure if it was Doubting Thomas, one of the, it's a moniker of one of the disciples and later apostles of Jesus, and stuff like that. So it comes recommended. It's required if people want to yip and yap about Christianity, and particularly if they want to yip and yap about religions in general. Now, the first time I went through that was I got hold of a bilingual edition, and it's got it was composed apparently in Egypt, so the original is Coptic. So that's the real native language of Egypt. It isn't Arabic, just for you folks that don't understand history and religions and all that sort of stuff. The natives of Egypt are, Coptic is related, maybe, it's more related to the languages in Africa. They call it Hamido-Semitic language, so they're kind of distantly related to Semitic language. Arabic is a Semitic language. But the natives of Egypt are Christians. And in this millennium, they're being whacked by Muslims. That's called genocide, folks. Slow motion genocide. They figure they can't get away with it really fast. Anyway, here we've got, I was threatening to review this thing, plan of attack. It's about the second Bush administration, George Bush Jr., as I call him, Bush baby. His eyes are a little too small to be like a Bush baby, but when he's frightened, it's hilarious what he looks like when he's been told about the 9/11 attack. He's trying to read a book to some kids. I think they should have had some of the kids reading the book to him. At least he was holding the book. I think he was right side up. It wasn't upside down. I don't think this guy's very much of a bookworm or anything like that. And then there are some of the, over on this side, some of the scumbugs. Well, Tommy Franks, I don't know. Yeah, he was an idiot. He was kind of a devotee of Rumsfeld. You know, I call this executive vice presidency. So there's Dick Cheney, little Dick Cheney, who I might be punning there, but maybe not. Who actually ran the presidency. And unfortunately, his boss way back in the day was Donald Rumsfeld. So it was kind of executive secretary of defense administration. Rumsfeld, at least when it came to foreign policy, seemed to be running things. There's Condoleezza Rice, who was a token graduate, I think, of Stanford. I don't know how many degrees she got from Stanford. It's almost like Ivy League equivalent Stanford, at least in some things. Over on this side, the nicer kind of people, I think. George Tenet was head of CIA. Colin Powell was a Republican. He should have known better. He didn't belong to the Republican Party, as constituted under Bush Jr. Maybe Bush Sr. was a kinder, gentler form of Republican. That's not